maybe 6 months, 8 months, there has been a growing sense of despondency, I would say. I mean, when I sit at home and talk to Kiran, Kiran and I have lived all our lives in India. For the first time, Kiran says, should we move out of India? Now, that's a disastrous and very big statement for Kiran to make to me. She fears for her child. She fears for, what the atmosphere around us will be. She feels scared to open the newspapers every day. So that does indicate that there is a sense of growing disquiet. It's a sense of growing despondency. Apart from alarm, there's one part of it is alarm. There's another part you feel depressed. You feel low. You feel, why is this happening? So that sense does exist in me, to be quite honest.
From all I hear from different quarters in the country, I heard the same thing in Bangalore. I've heard from other parts of the country. I hear a great deal more about it in North India. There is a feeling of unease. A sense of insecurity is creeping.
मुझे फिक्र होती है अपनी औलाद के बारे में सोचकर, क्योंकि उनका मजहब ही नहीं है। मजहबी तालीम मुझे मिली थी और रत्ना को बहुत कम मिली थी, लेकिन मुझे थोड़ी ज़्यादा मिली थी। उसको बिल्कुल भी नहीं। एक लिबरल हाउस होल्ड था उसका, और हमने अपने बच्चों को मजहबी तालीम बिल्कुल नहीं दी, क्योंकि मेरा ये मानना है कि अच्छाई और बुराई का मजहब से कुछ लेना देना नहीं है। फिक्र मुझे होती है अपने बच्चों के बारे में, क्योंकि कल को उन्हें कोई अगर एक भीड़ ने घेर लिया कि तुम हिंदू हो या मुसलमान, तो उनके पास तो कोई जवाब ही नहीं होगा। इस बात की फिक्र होती है, क्योंकि हालात जल्दी सुधरते तो मुझे नजर नहीं आ रहे। इन बातों से मुझे डर नहीं लगता, गुस्सा आता है। और मैं चाहता हूं कि हर राइट थिंकिंग इंसान को गुस्सा आना चाहिए, डर नहीं लगना चाहिए। हमें, हमारा घर है, हमें कौन निकाल सकता है यहां से। ये जहर फैल चुका है और इसको दोबारा इस जिन को बोतल में बंद करना बड़ा मुश्किल होगा। खुली छूट मिल गई है कानून को अपने हाथों में लेने की। कई इलाकों में हम लोग देख रहे हैं कि एक गाय की मौत को ज्यादा अहमियत दी जाती है एक पुलिस अफसर की मौत के बनिस्बत।
तो रुको जरा, सब्र करो।
और ये जरूरी बात है, और खुसूसन यही बात करने में आया था। इसके पहले प्रेप टॉक चल रहा था कि आज का हिंदू समाज, हिंदुस्तान में हिंदू समाज बुरी तरीके से सड़ चुका है। जुनैद को, 14 साल हाफिज मोहम्मद जुनैद को चलती ट्रेन में एक भीड़ 31 बार चाकू मारकर कत्ल कर देती है, कोई रोकने नहीं आता है। 14 साल के बच्चे को वो लोग हमारे और आपके बीच में से आते हैं। मैं सोचता हूँ कि जो लोग लिंचिंग करते हैं, जो लोग कत्ल और तशद्दुद कर रहे हैं, ये कत्ल करने के बाद जब अपने घर जाते हैं तो क्या करते होंगे अपने साथ? कोई नए तरीके से हाथ धुलते होंगे, कुछ दवा मिलाकर नहाते होंगे, क्या करते हैं ये लोग कि वापस आकर हमारे बीच में हमारे साथ उठते हैं, बैठते हैं, खाना खाते हैं, फिल्में भी देखने जाते हैं, फिर अगले दिन फिर किसी को पकड़ते हैं, फिर कत्ल करते हैं, फिर नॉर्मल लाइफ जीते हैं, मोहब्बत भी कर रहे हैं, घर में बाप का पैर भी छू रहे हैं, मंदिर में पूजा भी कर रहे हैं, फिर बाहर आकर यही करते हैं।
It's the police steadfastly saying and very clearly saying that this is a business rivalry. The problem erupted at a gathering, at a party, at a birthday party, went out of control. Tempers ran high, and you have a situation where it has ended up in this gruesome lynching of a young man. Apart from that, of course, we also know that the VHP, the BJP and others are claiming that it's an out-and-out hate crime against someone who was a believer in Ram as well as, of course, Lord Hanuman. So this is out-and-out a hate crime, and they are asking the secular lobby, so-called secular lobby, to take a stand, saying that why aren't you standing with the family when you've done so in the past in the context of other lynchings? Dr. Anand Ranganathan.
Yeah, good evening, Rahul. You know, obviously it needs further investigation, but I have to say this, that while no single mob atrocity is more horrific than the next, this lynching of Rinku Sharma is a chilling tragedy. Rinku donated blood and in return he got death. The police say there is no communal angle, but Rinku's parents insist it is otherwise. And the strange thing is, those who barely 2 weeks ago believed the parents over the police on the death of Navreet Singh, the man who drove his tractor into a barricade, now believe the police over the parents. So then the police was communal, now it is secular. So what qualifies as a communal hate crime and that has now been reduced to actually media's own judgment. Take the example of lynching of 2 sadhus in Palghar. The ready identification of a saffron-clad sadhu is not enough. What if instead the victims were skull-cap wearing, sherwani-clad bearded Maulanas brought out by UP police and gifted to the lynchers with a BJP minister looking on? Would the media still have maintained it as a non-communal crime? Hell no! You cannot cure these propagandists. They have been silent on more than 150 Muslim mob hate attacks on Hindus and Muslims over the past 2 years, including in Ranchi, where a mob, Muslim mob, segregated. Yes, segregated bus passengers based on their religion before wanting to set it on fire. None of these attacks elicit any outrage. Right from the fake church attacks narrative and the running selective hate trackers, they have perfected selected outrage. So we know who Akhlaq was. But do we know who was Banu or Khitaram Bhil or Savant Rathod or Vidhu Jain or Ayub or Farooq or Bharat Yadav who was lynched after being called a kafir? Because for them, violence is mainstreamed always by the BJP. Never when the BSP selects as a candidate a man who offered 51 crores to anyone who beheaded Charlie Hebdo journalists, or when Mehbooba Mufti selects a rape accused as a candidate, or when rape accused bishop is welcomed on the streets of Jalandhar by church officials, or when the ex-vice president awards an award to PFI chief, or when a Congress MLA says he won't work for Dalits as they didn't vote for him, or when Congress Harish Yadav says those who kill a cow should go to Pakistan, or when SP legislator slaps a woman entering Haji Ali, or when a Congress legislator demands death for Kamlesh Tiwari, or when Yasin Malik is celebrated by Manmohan Singh, or when tens of thousands collect for funerals of terrorists, then it is not mainstreaming of violence. Rahul, please give me 30 seconds. You keep on demonizing only one community, only one religion, only one ideology. You keep on being selective to the points of being insane, and sooner or later it comes back to bite you. This is exactly what Dr. Ambedkar warned us against, but they quote him selectively too, because if I quoted his views on religions other than Hinduism, they will hate him even more than they hate Modi. Yes, Rahul, as I was saying, Mr. Razak is one of the panelists, and he is deliberating and waxing eloquent on what is a communal, hateful, bigoted attack and what isn't. On 19th October 2019, the day Kamlesh Tiwari was beheaded, Mr. Razak was on Times Now. He was asked, would he condemn the attack or not? Let me just play what he said.
But will you come out and condemn the killing, sir? Will you please come out and condemn the killing? Condemn this killing. He deserves this fate. Come on, Abdul.
In his own words, I would definitely not condemn the killing of Kamlesh Tiwari. He deserved his fate. And today this man sits here and is deliberating whether the crime is hateful or not, whether it's communal or bigoted or not. He deserved his fate. I would like to ask Mr. Razak today at least, does he have some remorse? Does he today take back his words and say, I condemn the killing of Kamlesh Tiwari? Sir, do you condemn the killing of Kamlesh Tiwari?